to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We're going to be there in about probably under 5 minutes, even though the countdown says 9 minutes. So get ready. Just get myself together. It's the morning. It's Saturday. Come on, baby. Come on. Give me a moment to get my hair together. Even though I ain't got none no more. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in on this beautiful Saturday morning. What a beautiful day it is to be alive. 7:20, July 20th, 8:42. I teach class in 18 minutes, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick update into BTC and show you what's likely going to happen for the day. So when I come back tonight, we can have some fun, break it down, and see if what I said was correct. I always like that, to challenge myself and find out more about the past and the future by comparing them. So let's take a look here at the 1 hour time frame. I'm not a time traveler at all, so don't worry. Let's take a look here at the 1 hour time frame. And, last night I saw this flag could break out to the upside. Got a little bit of love, but we're at break even. Nothing really happened. My trade's at like maybe down $5 or up $5 or something. So it's a boring nothing burger. So with that, we're just going to do what I always do and do my top-down analysis and break it down. We're going to get some music back up and running in here to kind of get that mood set and get it running. Okay. So what could still happen is this is still a bit of a flag here, right? And you never know. Could we break on out? It's almost, you could say that was the flag and it broke out and broke back inside. I've played that game before. Or, a lot of, have to traders like, it has to be this way. But still, when you lose the 21, usually you dump down. So you'd be looking at like 65, 680 for me, more like it's like an M pattern that's slanted and sloppy that's going to continue down. All right. Anyway, we'll talk about why I see more downside for Bitcoin, but you never know. It also, so we're going to talk about it, and we're going to see at the end of the show what's likely going to happen for BTC. So the weekly looks very, very bullish. We know that. If we look at the macro, which is the weekly and on, we're looking pretty nice. To me, it's a bullish broadening wedge. I've seen these break out, and this thing could make a beautiful move of its first leg to the upside. And that's how it would move something like this to $102,000 by October. By Halloween, you'd be sitting at 100K. All right. So that looks highly likely. And doesn't ask too much for Bitcoin and of the nation and of the world. You know what I mean? And as we head further into the election, and it definitely does look like Trump is going to take it, in my humble opinion. Never seen more exuberance for a person in my life, but you never know. Because this is why I say this. I've never seen people like when Obama got into office. Like, there was no one in Australia like, Obama, I just love him. Like, there's no one in like Poland like, I love Obama. Like, there's people all around the world that like have this love and compassion for Donald Trump. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I haven't. You can say whatever you want. Like, I've seen it. Like, and I'm pretty good at seeing what's going on in the world, in my humble opinion. And like, I could see Bitcoin was going to be hot beforehand. I saw the, what was the CVID coming before it happened. Like, I could kind of see it happening. Someone actually showed me in China what was going on. But anyway, got some insight and is able to see things a little bit beforehand. Knew about Canopy Grow Corp and how weed was going to be legal. One of my first investments, because I could see that it was likely going to happen. Like, bought into Bitcoin because I could see it was like they were going to continue to print money. It was likely going to happen. It was obvious to me what was going to happen in the future, right? Jesus voted for buy. You're funny. Don't tell me. Famous Scottish exports. So funny, man. Why is Ethereum stuck, not rising much? Bless you, Sammy. Yeah. And again, somebody said you shouldn't worship politicians. 100%. I never said that I did. I'm just telling you what the world is telling me. That's all I'm saying. It's so weird when you depict it like, I just saw a wave crash. Someone's like, you don't believe in Jesus? You believe in the wave? And I'm like, dude, I just told you I saw a wave crash. That's the only one weird thing about fanatics. Like, they get real weird about, like, they can't see past their fanaticism, no matter what it is. They can be fanatics about anything. You know what I mean? Look, no one has this. Only 2 people have this in the whole world. See it? You see it? You know what it is? This thing is beautiful. My Casper coin, baby. Anyway, weekly, 2 beautiful weekly candles. Headed for that third one, and what we call 3 white soldiers. Shoulder, head, white shoulder to the upside, right? Bang, bang, bang to the upside. Yeah, Biden's out. We all know Biden's out. It's over. Like, he's done. Yeah. We know that. The media has told him he's done. Like, the world just basically told him he's done. Like, everyone has just accepted that it's not happening. And he's just like, all right. You know? So anyway, almost a double bottom on the 3-day chart. 3-day broke above a beautiful support of resistance right here. And 61.5 was the weekly area too as well. But this is nice. You see that? And now we just got to bust through this resistance here that we wicked two times. We wicked these two candles. We wicked here. Bust through, you know? Get to that 67,000 resistance, which we did tap. We tapped 67,000, I believe 368. See how high this candle was? 67, 386. I had it flipped. You know what I mean? I'll see you in class. Yeah. So what a beautiful move here for Bitcoin. Like, let's take a look at the daily now. And the daily has a little resistance. And like I told you, you know, shoulder, head, could you make a bigger right shoulder here? You're far away from the 21-day average. You see? Which, sad to say, says you have to come back. And, you know, what I'm hoping is in the next 5 to 6 days, you have a nice slow pullback. It pumps the altcoins hard. Because this money is flowing where? Into altcoins. Why is it flowing into US Tether? It wouldn't make sense. Why are you going back into the dollar? However, the dollar looks strong. I'll tell you that too. The dollar looks like it's about to pump. There's a bunch of weird signals going on right now, and we're going to tackle them and make sure we stay on them because it changes every day, but we're going to make sure that we find the highest probability. But like this 21-day moving average has to come and kiss price. We don't know exactly how it's going to happen. Maybe we continue to pump and they move like this and then we kiss price. That would be great. It's very unlikely. I really see that. I see that like once out of 10 times. It could happen, but it's the most unlikely scenario. The more likely scenario is one of these two things, all right? And our pathway of reality. If you want to stay in reality and what data sets have told us throughout time. Again, that means nothing. Anything could happen. That is also reality. See? As you stay in reality and in the present, you cannot force things that don't exist. You can only take in what is given to you. This is trading, okay? It's more about your perception. Once you understand divergences and Fibonacci, VRVP, once you get what I'm teaching in class today, and if you want to jump into class, there's still a little bit of time. Email cryptolifers@gmail. Cryptolifers@gmail with an S, cryptolifers, LIFERS@gmail.com. And you can still get into class today. It does start in 10 minutes. All right. I'm going over all these concepts in depth slowly and showing you more kind of what's happening behind the scenes. Okay? All my indicators, how to set them up, what to do, all that fun stuff. So anyway, the 4-hour has the same dilemma, right? It's too far from the 21-day moving average. Just like here, we had a beautiful pump. You know? And I knew we were going to pump up to the 200, and we were going to gap up from the 200 and pump. That's what we talked about. We knew this. We nailed this leg. This is a model that I've been teaching for a long time now. This is basically the money printer in the morning too. Like we pump up to the 200, and I always say, if you take 70%, if it keeps going, right, boom. That's the old money. I've started doing different things now. It's actually funny. I've moved on. I've changed my models over time, but the idea is that right there is the sauce. When these moving averages are tight, that's what I'm going to be going over to again to my students and to you, and that's why when you see them tight here, it dumps. It does it 90% of the time, 95. And so when I saw these tight above a point of control, like even though the Stokes were high, see the old me, the pre-elementary me that didn't understand the moving averages, because this took a long time to understand. You had to see it over and over again to embed this into your mind. So I'm trying to fast track you into something that I hope you can understand, but it's going to hurt at first. Things that I got to subconsciously layer and backtrack on that you don't know yet, you're going to almost like question it when I tell you it, because you're going to be like, wait, you're going to have to live through it a little bit and trust me a little bit and take it on. And over time, hopefully you'll catch on to what I'm showing you. And so I knew we would pump to this yellow line by 90% because these were tight. And then there was a gap here too. And then I knew that if we broke above this and closed one candle, that all you had to do was open a trade with a stop right here and you would be in the money. And we go over this all the time. You'd still be in the money right now. You see what I'm saying? There'd be actually no reason to leave the trade unless you lose the 200 SMA. Kind of like the signal, right? So anyway, Here we are on the 4-hour time frame. And we can shrink this down once you realize like it doesn't have to be as big as I had it there. But same concept here. And again, there is some bullishness in the air. So I'm weary that anything can happen at any moment in time. But right now, like I know that this white line and this price action bars have to touch. Just like I knew they had to touch here. Just like I knew they had to touch there. Just like I knew they had to touch there. Anytime you get a beautiful spike in price action, you're coming back. You're coming back. You're coming back. I don't know why. I found this out on every single market, on every single product, on every single coin in the world. It doesn't matter what it is, you're coming back. Same reason I knew that when the weekly got high and everyone was like, oh, we're going to the moon. And everyone was like, yeah, like we're going all the way to the moon. And I was like, no, you're not. I said, you're too far away from the 21-day moving average. I said, I don't care what the world told you. I don't care how bullish people on crypto Twitter were. You're not bullish enough, they said. The ETF, Larry Fink. Everybody here, like 90% of Twitter told you, it's going to keep going. I said, man, I would start taking some profits and I wouldn't be embarrassed by it. Then we dumped a little bit too. I said, everyone, like, it's not panic selling if you take some money off the table. I said, I'm taking some money off the table. I said, I'm stacking some tether now. And I said it openly, right? And I said, because there's such a high probability that this is dropping to the 21. I said, it doesn't mean we're not going to continue to the upside, but and I said, man, that's going to be that's going to be nasty on the altcoins. They're going to take a hit, right? So I learned this stuff on the smaller time frames and then moved it to the bigger time frames and had conviction. It's more about your mind, you get it, than anything else. It's really unbelievable. Anyway, back in time, right? Back in time. And what do? We came to the 21-day moving average, right? And we eventually did touch it exactly like I predicted we would. And we did pull back exactly like I predicted we would. All right. Now we're back above it. Things looking good. Everything kind of ready. And these are going to get tight, wide. And when the 21 gets really far away from the 200, people are going to tell us that the market's going to keep going. And we're going to see bearish div. And, and we're going to know it's not. It's not. It took a lot of money for Bitcoin to make this leg. It's going to take a lot of money for Bitcoin to make this leg. I really don't think it's going to get further than 110 to 120 grand. It just doesn't make sense to me. That would be a beautiful bull run with all the money in the world here. So don't get caught up in this 300, 200 grand. You're not bullish enough. It's going to keep. They said the same thing to you here, and they were all had no idea what they were talking about. Okay? So I just want to put that out there and make sure people understand what I'm saying. All right. So what do I see happening today? I would watch the 1 hour time frame, the 2 hour time frame in these flags. They don't look too bad. They could touch the 21 and continue to pump. So, but they have to touch. See, the 1 hour touch, but the other ones are too far away, so that's gonna break. Might have to, and usually that means it'll come to its 50. You get it? You don't want to see this make a horrible crash. It'll come down to the 200, and that will end this whole little thing. And that's possible. You have to be open-minded. But right now, it's sideways price action. What do I see happening when I show up tonight? 7 minute, well, look, I mean, you just lost the 200 MA on the 1 minute. We know that's bearish. You've been kind of playing with it bearishly. That's cat ears, right? Almost a double top with resistance at 66.7. So that's bearish. 7 minute may lose the 200. If the 7 minute loses the 200, you're looking for the 10 minute to hit the 200. And the 10 minutes down there. So I'm more of a bear than a bull right now. Looking more like the 10 minutes going to come down to the 200 SMA by the time I'm live tonight. Or we either go sideways or to the downside. So I see more downside coming for BTC. You never know. You want to play it super cool. Watch a really small time frame. If this breaks out and retest 67 or 66.8, chance you are getting that move out this flag. There's still a chance this flag could break to the upside. It's not over yet, right? I would watch the 200 SMAs. You'd have to get back above the 1 minute. You'd have to get back above the 7 clean. And those will be your guide for the day, which is pretty annoying because they're slow time frames with low volume. But, I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. We're going to take it one step, one day, one moment, one candle at a time. Everybody, I love you. I'm going to go teach class in 3 minutes. May you have a wonderful day. May God be in your way. May you stay blessed. If you don't believe in God, may you stay blessed no matter what. We love you. We appreciate you. Love is the strongest frequency. Remember that. You can, you will, you are the best. Keep negative people out of your life. There is no reason for them. Dedicate yourself to something bigger than yourself. Make sure you interact with others on a daily basis. Spread positivity, light, love, and happiness. And I'm telling you, you play your part in this world and be a piece of the puzzle. That's one of the most amazing pieces that we've ever seen. So I love you all. I thank you all. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. May God bless you all. And thank you for your most precious asset, which is your time. Crypto is life, baby. Go to Bitcoin Nashville. Go to Bitcoin Nashville. Get a ticket. Donald Trump is speaking. R.F. Kennedy is speaking. Kathy Wood, Michael Saylor, Russell Brand, Eric Snowden, and more. Jump on in, baby. It's going to blow your mind.